And then around 40 years old, you moved to LA. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then did you do real estate in LA during that time?
Yeah,
the 15 years there?
I think I'm coming up to 50 years in real estate.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
never stop.
I mean, I should be Warren Buffett style, but I'm not.
It's okay.
Because the thing is that, all my friends and even my kids who are in the business as well, they call me the man that likes to say no. As a case in point with Swatch, I always say no to more things than I say yes. I have to be 1,000%.
Okay.
I have to feel it in my gut. And
but there's value in that,
Totally.
staying really focused on a mission, whatever that mission is. And if it's, hey, I've got one development, I'm developing these 8 townhomes, focus on that. Don't get distracted from 5 other things, because you know what? That'll slow down your main project and it'll cause confusion. And
It'll cost you.
It'll cost you. Yeah. Now it can cost you from a great opportunity, but who would have known that? Listen,
Yeah.
I'm sure you had 100 other opportunities you're not mentioning that were all crap in the end anyway. So saying no to all of those was a great idea.
Well,
it
I always
allowed
say-
you to achieve the success you've achieved.
Well, I always say some of the best deals I've done are the ones I didn't do.
Right. Correct. There you go.
And, it's
Getting distracted and
Yeah,
pouring
yeah.
money, good money after bad, or, doing all that.
We all have a certain amount of bandwidth.
There you go.
Okay.
Time is the bandwidth. Yeah.
Okay. And that's very precious, and that's what you've got to protect. So you've got to laser focus in on what you can do and what gives you the most return on your time.
Correct. I agree. So any highlights for LA before we get to Boca? Anything interesting in that timeline?
Well, what happened, the reason why I actually went to Los Angeles was I started off a company buying and selling gold, palladium, platinum, iridium, and ruthenium. I was a gold trader, a metal trader.
Wow.
Again, I know
Everywhere.
Yeah, he is a man of all seasons.
Yeah,
man.
right.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, that it wasn't a job. It was so enjoyable. It was like playtime for entrepreneurs. And we ended up being in 3 continents. We had like about 12 offices. I spent some of my time in Thailand. I spent some of my time in China, in Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Shenzhen.
Wow.
And I started this gold trade, a very niche business. And I've always liked, they say riches in niches.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and it's what I do now, the foreclosure business.
Exactly.
It's a
Super
niche.
niche. Yeah.
And I like those because not everyone can get into it. Not everyone understands it. There's a nuance to it if you don't understand it, you fall by the wayside. So if you're good at it, you're really good, and all the competition goes away. So anyway, we started this gold trading business, and again, it's a very long story, and you haven't got 2 days of filming your camera. So anyway, so the long story short is we had this office in London. An opportunity come to take our gold trading business to America. And I never really had a dream. I mean, a lot of people in the UK, especially now, would love to live in the US, right? It's like, that's the Mardi Gras, that's the dream. I never had that. I was very happy sitting at home. I loved my soccer. I saw a local soccer team, and I used to go and I used to travel around Europe. And I was but this opportunity came. It was with a very large US company. Actually, at the time, it was the 187th richest company, actually most profitable company in the US. It was called Henry Schein. It was a medical distribution company. And again, a very long story, which I don't need to go into. I became friends with the chairman. Okay. And he's actually still an investor with me today in some of our products, the projects that we do. And I met. There is a sequence of events how we met, and it's interesting, but not for this podcast, maybe another time. And what happens? He said, "Like, I want you to come over. We want to do business with you. We want to give you some of our clients, but you've got to be based in the US. So we're going to give you a choice. Where do you want to be? You want to be in New York, or you want to be in LA?" And I said, I'll get some of my people together and we'll see which one I'm going to send over. So 2 things happened. First of all, I didn't think there was anyone in my company. We were employing about 200 people at the time that was really good enough to open up a new venture in the US. And secondly, I looked at the weather patterns, and New York was not. Now, the reason why I looked at the weather patterns is I started to digest this idea or gestate this idea that maybe I should do it. So anyway, I came home one Friday night and I said to Gina, my wife, I think we're going to go and live in
It's
America.
snowing in New York, and
Right.
LA is like 70 degrees. Let's go to LA.
I swear to you, she had no idea. I was even gestating this idea in my head. But, I'm a bit of a gypsy. I'm a bit of a nomad. I always say, with me, you never know where you're going to wake up if we're going to be rich or poor. It's just the way it is, right? And so I said, we're going to go and move to the States. And I swear, it's only for 2 years.
Got it.
And so we chose California, and the company, this Henry Schein, a fantastic company, and the chairman of this company has been like a mentor to me. He was brilliant. And in life, you need mentors, okay? You need people to guide you and to show you the way, and he really did. And even I had lunch with him only about 6 months ago, and I sit there and I'm like a little boy, and I'm listening to everything he says, and I'm sucking up everything. And anyway, so he gave us a trial. We passed the trial with flying colours. He opened up his whole network, which is a worldwide network as well. And in that business, we went from zero to hero. We became the largest dental gold metal reclamation company in the US, and it's still going today. I sold it in October 2010, which was a very joyous occasion for me.
Wow.
And it's still huge today.
Good.
Go look it up, Star Refining.
That is super niche.
When did you come to LA?
Yeah.
When did you move to LA?
I moved to LA in 2000. I remember turning up, actually 2001, January 2001. And do you remember, I'm a very staid UK guy. I mean, I am, sort of out there a little bit, I understand. But the first vision I had when I opened the door to my new home in Agoura Hills was this lady who became very good friends with my wife and us. And she was going down the hill, because we lived on a slight hill, with a parrot on her shoulder. I'm British, right? That don't happen.
Other than pirates, yeah.
And it's like, welcome to LA. And as again, I didn't intend to come here. I didn't intend to live here. It was a 2-year project. Then I was going to fish somebody over from the UK to take over from me. And there was all sorts of immigration problems as well. I had an L1 visa, and it kept on, like, it was lapsing, it was running out. The sun wasn't in the sky at the right time. And so, it was a real hassle. But I got to tell you, I grew to love this country. And the truth is, I've made more money in the US than I ever did in the UK. But it's a great country. It is.
It's a land of opportunity. It really is.
If you're going
to work hard,
yeah,
the sky really is the limit.
The distinction between the UK and the US, in my opinion, can be summed up like this. If you had a Rolls Royce in the UK, which I'm proud to tell you I did at one time, right?
Wow.
I had a Silver Shadow, J-shaped Silver Shadow. If you park it somewhere in the UK, someone will get a key and they'll run along. Go, excuse my language, bastard.
Yeah.
Right. If you do that in the US, someone says, I'd like to get one of them. What do I do? How do I do it? That's a big distinction.
We have class mobility here. There, it's fixed classes for the most part. I mean, sure, can someone who's poor get rich in the UK? I'm sure it happens. I don't know if you were poor, but you certainly made a good amount of money in the UK in your lifetime while you were there up until 40 years old. But it is much, all of Europe is that way. At least that's what I hear and I see when I travel there, is that there's a lot of fixed class sort of, entrenchment. Whereas here it's, in one generation, you can go from rich to poor or vice versa. It's very, very easy here. And I've seen the data on it, and the data proves that out too. So I forgot, there's some number, it's a crazy number. They said, I think it's like of the top 1% or whatever the number was. They said something like within that, like top 1%, some crazy number, like 80 or 90% were not in the top 1% when they were born in one lifetime. The great majority of the people who are in the top 1% moved into that. We like to think that, the rich just, everyone got a silver spoon in their mouth.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not really that case. Anyways, we're getting
the mindset, I think in Europe also is that, there is opportunity there, but people don't know or not encouraged or incentivized to execute on that opportunity. Whereas in the US, okay, you can be dirt poor and you can make a lot of money. And I've seen it, and it's executing on your opportunity. It's okay to see it And sometimes you may be clever enough to identify it, but it's the real art is executing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is the hard part.
And rinsing it.
Amen to that.
Yeah. That's the hard part. That's the execution and the hard work. So in the timeline now, you're moving on to Boca from LA. And what brought you to Boca?
And what year did you move to Boca? Curious.
This is 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, it is 10 years
2015.
ago. Yeah, 2015.
Okay.
And so what happened was, my wife, and I'm not saying this to, as we say in the UK, to big myself up, but I am a workaholic. And it's not because of anything other. It's just my dad was a really hard worker. My grandfather's a really hard worker. So it's in my DNA. But it's not something that I do out of duty or need, thank God. Well, not anymore anyway. But it's just a state that I have to work hard. At the moment, I'm trying to teach myself all about social media. Mm-hmm. But I can't just sort of, I have to live it and breathe it. And my wife says, you become obsessed, right? And I do. I become
That's
obsessed.
how you win.
I know another guy in here kind of like you. This guy, yeah. Wow.
And it is this insane thirst for knowledge. I mean, I don't want to break away from this, but with social media, the fact is there is a secret source there and everyone says that they've got it, but most don't.
Agreed.
And I am trying at this precise moment in time to work out who's got it, who hasn't. And to
keep me posted on that.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to know too. Yeah.